Hey everyone, my name is Andrew and this is my first makeup video ever, so please grant me some mercy and let's jump right in. Today I'll be making a Halloween look for a pumpkin carving party I'm having tonight with friends, and like many first videos go, I made many mistakes and forgot to film the intro portion of this video, so we're going to jump right ahead to when I've got my concealer on and we'll go ahead. Here on this channel we're going to be reviewing makeup, talking about the history of makeup. I think I might even get into like the ingredients and some fun sciencey type things as well, but ultimately this channel is just for having fun, hanging out. I've been into makeup for about 2 or 3 years now, about 2 years, and I mainly do it as a stress reliever. I don't always necessarily do my makeup to go wear it out somewhere. Usually I'm just here in my office doing makeup for fun in the evenings. So if you'd like to join me, tune in, make sure you like my videos, and subscribe down below. Since I'm brand new to YouTube, that's going to make a really big difference. But for now, let's cut the chit chat and jump right in. Alright, and here we are. I've gone ahead and primed my face with my favorite primer, which is the Milk Poreless Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I just find that it has a really smooth feel on the face and it mattifies more than anything I've ever tried before. Not that I've tried that many things. And then right now, as you can see, I've put on my concealer in the places in my face where I feel like need to be highlighted and concealed. And as far as the exact placement of where these lines and dots are, I think that just kind of comes down to your own face and learning over time. Because I've seen some examples on some people where I've tried it on me and it does not look correct. So I've done it right here and I'm just waiting a minute or two for it to set down a little bit before I start going in with the brush. And I'm really excited to use this brush today because this is the new concealer brush, I think it's new, by Haus Labs. And what I love is the shape of it, and it's sort of shaped like the tip of a finger. And I believe Lady Gaga talks about this in her video with, I think it's Vogue, where she does her makeup routine. And this is a great brush. It actually has kind of a weight to it, which feels really good. I love the polished chrome exterior, and I just love the shape of the brush. It is literally just like a finger. So it gets right into the pockets of your eyes really well. Alright, and I've got all of my concealer on now, so now I'm just going to take a couple minutes and let this dry down and tell you about what we're doing today. So today we're doing a little bit of a Halloween look. I'm having a pumpkin carving party tonight at my house, and this is the third year that I've done it, and usually there's like 12 to 15 people that come. This year there's going to be about 8 or 9, and I have out little savory treats. We carve our pumpkins, we've got Halloween movies on in the background, and every year I do some sort of like makeup look or something, dress up a little bit. So today we're going to get ready for this party, and I'm going to do sort of a green cyber sort of look. I just really like the way green eyeshadow looks on me, and I love the way the About Face matte fluid eye paints hold on the skin. They just stay like all day long, and I truly feel like if you're going to do a high intensity color type eyeshadow look, you do need to use some sort of paint or something like that to get a really good base on there. You could totally use this by itself, but today I'm going to use it as sort of like an eye base. And then I'm trying to decide what I'm going to go in with for some dimension on, what am I saying? And then once I get this matte fluid eye paint on my eyes as a base, I'm going to then use a darker eyeshadow, green eyeshadow, to sort of provide some dimension and sort of depth in the eye look. And then I'm going to use a shimmer over the top of the eyelid to create that sort of like shimmery pop. So this is going to be the base, and I'm going to go in with this first, and I will check in with you in a second. I always have the hardest time talking while I'm doing this, even though it's not that difficult. But you can see already just from the first couple swipes of this pigment in this color. This is Vertigo Flowers, And I have basically like 8 or 9 other colors of this. I love these matte fluid eye paints. Now I'm just gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna pat it down with my finger just a little bit to kind of blend out that green. All right, so I've patted out some of that green. I'm gonna do the other side and be right back. All right, we're back with both sides done, and it's mostly even. I mean, I don't really care that much, it's my party. So I guess something that I will talk about in this video is the new Danessa Myricks palette. I think it's called the I Am palette, is that? I don't think that's right. It looks really, really cool, and it has these different cool colors in it, but of all the swatches that I've seen so far of it, it doesn't really seem like it compares to the Danessa Myricks palettes or the colorful Lightwork palettes of the past. Today I'm going to use one of the palettes. This is the Lightwork Volume 4 palette, and I waited a super long time to get it. My brother actually got it for me as a birthday gift, which I thought was so sweet of him. But I just think the color story in this palette is so cool. I mean, you want to touch and feel every color. There's so many different like multi-chromes and triochromes and all kinds of stuff. But especially like these flakes in here are super interesting. And then these guys over on the edges are aqua liners. So you dip your makeup brush in a little bit of water, and then you can like a small eyeliner like brush, and you can do this super cool eyeliner. I haven't even used those yet. I think I've used the blue one, I think once. But today on the top of my lid here to create that shimmer, I'm gonna use one of these 2 shades right here, which are Sixth Sense or Out of Body. Probably gonna use Sixth Sense, which I've used a couple times before. It's kind of hard to see, I think, on the camera, but it is, see, and like this just looks so cool, and the palette looks so cool, and the inside can be used in so many different ways. Maybe there's just something I'm misunderstanding about the current, or the new palette, but something about the way that like the pans are split into 2, and I'm not really sure like which pans are for what, and I don't know. Is it worth $130? I don't know. This I felt was worth the like 125 or 130 something that it was, but I feel like it has so much dimension and so much usability, and the other one, while it has a lot of colors in it, and that's great, I didn't really see a color story like I see here. Like I see kind of like a rainbow palette here, where like this is like, you know, the coolest, nicest palette you'll have. You'll bring this out on a special occasion, and it has like one of almost any color you would need in a really nice Danessa Myricks formula. So if you have this one, I don't know why you would buy the second one, but if you don't have this one, which I don't think this one is for sale anymore, then that's probably the one to get. I'd love to find a store where I can try it in person and see what it is like. But so far, I don't know. I think this one's a lot better. So now that I have this green, I'm going to go in with a darker shade of green on the inner corner and a little bit on the inside to create some depth and dimension to these eyes. And to do that, I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place Rebel Army palette. It's just a little quad. I think there's like $11 and you can get them at Ulta. I love the color story on these, and the shimmers are really nice on these, but today I'm going to use one of the mattes. I'm going to use this matte right here, which I think is going to be a pretty good color combo to be in the inner corner with the green I have on my eyes. So let's take a look and see what that does. I'm just going to go in right there. Oh yeah. See how that just immediately, I mean obviously I need to blend it out, but that just already, you can tell what the finished product is going to start to look like. I'm already getting really excited. Yeah, and that little on the inner corner too, that is already starting to look so three-dimensional and awesome. Let me just move this around. I'm always messing with things in front of me, and it's always distracting me because the table in front of me is like the size of a pizza, and there's stuff everywhere. And these Juvia's Place quads are so awesome. They are some of my favorite quads on the market right now, or in the makeup, kind of community. I feel like the quality of them is just so good, and for $11, you just want to get all of them, which I have some of them. I have this one, and I have the teal one. I want to get the gray one because I want to compare the shimmers in that one to some of the really higher end shimmers that I have by Danessa Myricks. I have no, not Danessa Myricks, Natasha Denona. I have the Mini Xenon by Natasha Denona, and the shimmers in that are super awesome. Or I guess the shimmer, I should say. You could even do this look at Christmas time too and be kind of like a cool Grinch look. Baby. Hi, baby.
I'm almost done nerding out.
Okay.
Oh, are you filming something?
Oh my god, it's like I'm naked in
Are
here.
you painting University of Oregon colors on your eyeballs?
That's my boyfriend. He has been really obsessed with the Washington versus Oregon game today, which I don't care about at all. Okay, there's like a little bit of patchiness on this side, but I don't really care that much to fix it because it's all going to kind of blend into my face over the next couple hours anyways. So I think this is looking really good. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness, a little bit of darkness under my brow here to sort of deep set my eyes even more. And then I'll be ready to start putting that shimmer on. Let's do it. Oh, pause for a second. I just have to say, I've been seeing those Sigma color change, or even Morphe has a color change little thing. You don't need to buy one of those color change type things because those color swap, brush color swap rubber things are actually at your grocery store for $2, even probably at a dollar store. Because if you go in the cleaning aisle, you can get these rubber cleaning sponges for dishes that are super cheap, and it's the exact same thing. It's just the rubber little, it's just these little rubber guys. You just get your brush and rub in there, and you've changed colors. Obviously, don't use this to wash your dishes, and then that would be disgusting. Sidebar over. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to start moving on to the shimmer in the middle of the eye here. And then I forgot to put on foundation, so I'm going to do a little bit of that around. Alright, so for that, I'm going to use... I think I'm going to use a little bit of a contour palette I have, actually. This is a contour palette I bought from Kaleidos, which I love Kaleidos. They're a really interesting makeup brand. They make some interesting products, I feel like. But something they do really, really well is their packaging. So this is a contour palette they have. Obviously, this is for very fair-skinned people, this particular palette. I think they have it in a darker shade as well. This is metal. And I love the way this feels. It has a really nice weight. I just want to have I wish all my makeup came in really nice metal cases like this. Take a different brush and do something bigger. And I'm probably gonna do just the middle shade here. I don't know. On camera it looks like it should be this shade, but I think it's gonna be this shade that I'm just gonna go in a little bit under here with and just sort of define. So I feel like it's already starting to give a little bit of dimension. And it just kind of shadows. Under there. Okay, I think that's looking good. All right, now let's move on to some of the shimmer that's going to go in the front. And for that, like I said, I'm going to use my Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. And again, I'm going to go in with the color, or the shade Sixth Sense, which is right here. And, well, I don't know. Out of Body looks cool too. Well, Out of Body has a blue multi-chrome, where Sixth Sense, I guess it also has kind of a blue multi-chrome. The Sixth Sense is lighter, so I'm gonna go in with that one. Oh my gosh. That looks so cool. And I have to be careful to not put it all over my eye, because then it kind of blends in too much. But holy crap, that looks so cool. Ooh, yeah. And I'm even gonna sort of tap it out and kind of let it go out to the corners too. Okay, so I'm basically done with the eyes except for the mascara, but I like to do that at the very end. I don't know why. Alright, and like I said a few minutes ago, I forgot to do my foundation. I did my concealer, obviously, but I forgot to do my foundation, so I'm going to take another sip of my beverage here and get started on my foundation, which, as I've mentioned in videos past, which I've filmed but not released because I didn't like how they turned out, is the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Sheer Foundation. This is probably one of the oldest makeup products that I own, but I love using it both when I'm just doing makeup at home to relax, but also if I'm actually doing makeup to go out and like look better. It just goes on super sheer. All right, now I'm gonna put this away. Gonna give this a little bit of time to dry and set down. All right, and we gotta finish this up because I gotta get going here soon. And whenever I do a green eye look, I always like to do a very pink blush, even if it's kind of a sheer blush. And for that, I'm gonna use this MAC Stranger Things blush in the shade Friends Don't Lie, which I've got this a while ago. I think this was like last year when this collection came out, but I just love the pink. It's just such a soft puppy pink. So I'm just gonna go in with one of my favorite sets of brushes, I should say, which is from BH Cosmetics. I got this at like TJ Maxx. I'm sure they're still out there in different TJ Maxxes around the country getting sold, but they just have a really great weight to them. I love the brush quality on them, and it was like $10 or something for the set. But like, look at the larger face brush. Like, it's a big, heavy, nice brush. So check out these TJ Maxxes for your beauty. It really is, it can actually really be something. The only thing I don't like about this blush is because it has this graphic on the mirror, which makes the mirror hard to use. All right, so I kind of did a little bit heavy on the blush, but it's gonna like melt out over the night. I have kind of oily skin, so I tend that I have to do a little bit more blush in the beginning to get it to set down and be more normal throughout the day. But then to add a little bit of highlight and color to this, I'm going to go in with my Haus highlighter in the shade Fire Opal, which when I saw this in the store, I just could not get away from wanting to buy it. It just has this really cool color shifting effect, and you can use it sort of as a blush and a highlighter. So again, I'm going to go in with one of these brushes, and I find you can be pretty aggressive in the pan with these guys. Look at that. Oof, that looks so cool. I think. You don't have to love it. I love it, and that's the only thing that matters here. I mean, I want you guys to like it, but I'm not gonna like go to bed sad if I get, if people don't like it. And it's not too glittery, and it pairs well on top of a blush. It just looks so good. Go down a little bit the nose. Yeah. For me, I love the way this looks. This may not be your thing, but I love it. Alright, so now I'm just going to quickly curl my eyelashes, get some mascara on. Alright, I've gone in and I've curled my eyelashes and I've added some mascara. I'm going to let that set down and dry a little bit, and then I'm going to curl again. And for me, I think that keeps my eyelashes curled longer than anything else. But for now, I'm going to go back in with that Kaleidos palette and go in with some of the darker colors here to sort of bronze up the face just a little bit. I know I'm going in all kinds of the wrong order today, but we just got to get this done, you guys. I'm going to go in with this darkest shade here and go right up in the corners. Then I'll go in with the middle one, sort of just bronze up and contour up my forehead a little bit. I've got a 5 head going on, which a lot of people do. Okay, just sort of bronzing this up a little bit. And I usually like to go in with this darker shade of contour in kind of the lower pockets. And then just blend it out. Alright, I think we're just about finished. That's the finished look, everybody. I think the last thing I'm going to do here is go in with my Milani Make It Last Matte Finishing Spray, which you do need to shake quite a bit, because if you don't, it'll come out looking like black chalk, like spray on your face, which can you can blend it out, but if you feel like you ruin your look. All right, that's the finished look. Thanks everybody for coming. Sorry we kind of rushed there at the end. We're gonna have a lot of I'm gonna have a lot of other videos coming out. Stay tuned for makeup reviews and makeup history and stuff like that, and just catching up. So thanks for tuning in for a little Halloween makeup look. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.